Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we have another episode of the Combo Request series, and this time it's a Kick the Brit episode by Bertibert. Of course it is. And Bertie's decided to be extra mean by chucking me in a tank that he knows I hate. The Churchill Mark 1. Now, this is no fault of the tank as to why I hate it. It's the fact that this thing is set at 3.3, where it faces German guns, so its arm is irrelevant, and the 2-pounder gun can sometimes not even pen the front of a Panzer IV, depending on the model. Yeah, this is not a great tank, and when you combine it with the plane that he's given me, although it has had a buff, you know, it's not great. So as per normal, in the description below there's going to be usual links to the TikTok, the Discord, and the Patreon page. And of course, special shout out to my Patreon members, Boss Nass and Ramrach, for supporting the channel via Patreon. So, what's so bad about this tank then? Well, if you watch my Talisman series video on this thing, because yeah, I got the unfortunate factor of me having a Talisman on this damn thing, you'll know exactly what. A 2-pounder gun at 3.3 is going to do jack all to most Russian tanks. And the armour, which, fair enough, it does have some good armour around the gun mantler area, is still very vulnerable. You can't angle your turret because they just shoot here with a German gun and completely disintegrate your entire turret crew. You can't even angle this side because it's just as bad. Like, the flat spots are insane. Then you look at your hull armor. Like, on the side where the howitzer is, it's actually pretty good. It's about 176mm. The problem is, no one's dumb enough to shoot here. They don't even shoot here anyway. They shoot this big fat lower glacis, which leads into the driver's feet and the machine gunner's feet. If it goes far enough, it might hit some ammo. If it detonates just before, it will shrapnel up and hit your turret crew, maybe even take out your turret drive if you're unlucky enough. And this second gun is basically there for show. All it fires is 3-inch HE, which it's terrible, to say the least. Or it fires smoke. The smoke is pretty much what I fire in this thing. I don't fire the HE. There's no point. By the time you're dealing with a light vehicle and you have to use the HE, it's just easy to just use a 2-pounder and a coax. You'll also notice I've never finished the camouflages on this vehicle, which is something I typically like to do. Good answer for that. I'm not going to until this thing goes down to like 3027. But it probably won't because no one ever plays this thing. But yeah, the Vickers P is the best part of this combo, for one simple reason. These guns got a fat buff. These are 47mm Vickers P cannons. That's hence the designation of the aircraft. And these cannons were effective, but we ended up just ripping them off and turning this thing back into a regular Tempest Mark 5. Like you could look that up yourself. We actually took these guns off because we were like, well, there's no point. We've got the 17-pounder. So the reason why this plane was developed is essentially as an airborne answer to the Tiger. But as you can see from the penetration, yes, you can potentially deal with a Tiger, but you have to close to within at least a kilometer of the target. And obviously that makes you quite vulnerable to anti-aircraft fire. Now, obviously in real life, these guns had slightly lower penetration. You would attack the tanks from above, ideally, so you wouldn't be coming in from the side or the front. You're coming from the top of them. And this thing could have worked, but it was just too valuable to lose a Tempest airframe. So we took these guns off and turned this back into a regular Mark 5 Tempest. So that proves how much use we had out of this plane. Otherwise, though, we do have Tempest level performance. Obviously, that means we have nearly 2,500 horsepower. We are very fast on the deck, which we can obviously use. Now, it's important to note we do not get an APHE round. We just get a solid AP tracer. So that could be a problem, but we can potentially deal with that. Obviously, with it being a AP round of 47mm caliber, it should shrapnel decently. I remember meeting one of these things, and it seemed to be buffed in some way. But yeah, otherwise, we don't have much armor, but, well, that's not the point of the Tempest. We're built to go fast, and as you can see, this prop is massive. It actually takes that long to get this thing going on the runway. It takes the engine a minute to catch up to spin this humongous heavy prop. People think it's a bug. No, that is how the Tempest and Typhoon were, because it's a big heavy prop which helped it in a dive, and the engine just couldn't keep up with it at first glance, but Once you get this thing spinning, this plane is a rocket ship, and I'm hoping we can use that speed to our advantage. So, let's get some games, and, well, we're going to be firing a lot of smoke at this howitzer, I think. And, hopefully it goes pretty well. See you in a moment. And welcome to the match. Unfortunately, one thing I forgot to mention is we are slightly updated to 3.7, and this is a 4-7 game, so this 2-pounder is basically going to be about as useful as throwing a pebble at a dragon. So, yeah. We might be able to take out some of the lighter stuff, but it's unlikely, to say the least. Oh, there is something there, actually. Smoke up. I can hear a Russian tank to my right. Oh no, that's a T-34 German. We can at least kill that. Thank you, teammate. I don't know why he was charging me there, but you do you, Chief. Prepare to track. He did rush his shot. He could have killed us right there, but people tend to panic when they see a big Churchill in front of them for some reason. I can hear a German tank there, so I'm just going to smoke up and move. Let's go. Track's repaired. Let's get moving. See, you can penetrate the T-34s because they're pretty easy to just work out the weak spot, but, you know, when it comes to something like a KB-1, oh, that's a cheat toggle. That thing will completely destroy us. That thing can even go through the turret front plus the Mantler additional armor where the 2-pounder is. That's going to be a problem, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So the one thing that the Churchill was famed for, as I've mentioned in a previous video with the French gun carrier, it was famed for its famous for its climbing ability, believe it or not. I've just seen that chaffee out the corner of my eye, so let's see if I can sneak a shot in. No, I can't quite hit him from here, but angle my armor and push it. I know where you are, my friend. It's not going to help you. Oh, great, the hitboxes. Thank you, Gaijin. Has he actually moved? Yeah, he's moved. I literally can't see him. Oh, it's still there, it's just the hitboxes. Oh, we're doing this, are we? Aren't you a lovely person? He's trying to... I think he's trying to get a weak spot or something. Oh, yeah, we're so dead. Oh, definitely dead, because apparently I do no damage to a Panzer IV. Can you now see why this tank sucks? Fucking hate that tank. And we're going to use all our spawn points to get the Tempest going. See, at least this thing is pretty good in ground forces. There is an enemy plane up though, so let me climb a bit. Yeah, that tank is complete ass. Like, don't ever play the Churchill 1. I can't even use, like, British bias. I hate the damn thing. It's one of those vehicles. Like, I'm sorry, but why is it at 3.3? It can barely damage half the tanks it meets. Like, come on. Okay, that's an Oscar down there. That's fine. We might be able to hit him with a 47, but, well, these 47s are not very good against planes, so... yeah. Where's he actually gone? I've lost him. There he is. Okay, he's dead. Good. Okay, let's see what we can do. Because this thing is pretty good in Ground RB. But I have not used these guns in a long time. Ah, that's not bad. We took out some of the crew. Oh, great. There's an enemy plane up. We do have a lot of speed behind us, though, so hopefully we can use that. Okay, we missed. That's unfortunate. We do have a lot of ammo in this thing as well. So that's something to consider. Yeah, honestly, this thing is pretty good in Ground RB. Like, it doesn't kill, like, every single time you fire the damn thing. But it doesn't have to, you know? Like, it's one of those sorts of aircraft. Let's see if we can get a hit on this plane. I got a hit. There is a plane on us, so we need to outrun it. Which this thing can do. I'm not sure what it is. I can't make it out because of the clouds, but whatever it is, highly likely we can outrun it. So I'm just going to put my foot down and leave him in the dust, because that's what this thing does very well. Yeah, I can't make it out. I think it's a HE-100, but I don't know why you'd bring that. And even then, this thing will outrun one. You can see what I mean about... Yeah, it's definitely a HE-100. Look at the tracer fire. Look at this thing's speed, though. This is on the deck. Bear in mind, I'm dragging 2 heavy gun pods. This thing is insanely quick. He's been hit by flak. Good. I wasn't even flying near our airbase. Before anyone accuses me of that in the comments. Swing a bit round. Obviously, we're not as maneuverable as a HE-100, but it's not a big deal. I won't be able to hit him with these too easily. I know that much. Took a bit of damage, that's fine. We can just leave you in the dust, my friend. See, this is the fun part about this combo, is this plane. It's so fast at this BR. Even with that little bit of wing damage, we will still outrun that HE-100 like it's not even a problem. I don't even know why he's brought that, but... Yeah, this plane is just so fast. So fast. It's one of the only redeeming qualities about it. Because the guns are not very good against planes, as we've established. Let's see if I can get my teammates' attention. This thing's very fast, decently maneuverable for what it is. And you know, it's good at its job, that's for sure. Right, do I see anything moving down there? I do, actually. There's something there. Nice! Straight through the German main side armor. I didn't even know that guy was there. That was lucky. Hit us in the cockpit. We're okay, though. Just keep our speed up and we're fine. The HE-100 took critical damage from the AA pieces. But you can still see, even with that damage we just took there, this thing is still outrunning everything we're meeting. Yeah, this team is gone. This team is absolutely gone. We have enough for another Churchill, but... Yeah, this team is completely gone. I haven't even had to do much in this Tempest. It's done the work for me. It's just outrun everything we've met so far. Because, well, that's what she's built to do. The Tempest was built to be fast. I can't quite make out any of the enemy aircraft, though. I think there's one nearby. Yeah, there is. There it is. There it is. I want to try and get him with the 47, but it's going to be pretty hard to do. Oh, we got him! We got him! Oh, he's gonna be pissed about that. I suspect an AA coming my way. Okay, is there anything there to spawn? Yeah, there's 2 tanks there to spawn. I see him. Go for the Tehran. I'll take it. We're taking too much fire, though. I'm gonna have to jump out, though, because we need to get back in the tank. And there's my engine. Yeah, let's get back in the tank. Straight in the engine block. Alright, let's jump back in the tank and see what we can do. Because this team is completely dead. Let's see what we can do. Well, already, we've got a Stug in the spawn, which I can't really deal with. I'm going to try and go for his gun barrel. Okay, move forward. Advanced driver. Too slow, my boy. That somehow did not penetrate. Same with that. Yeah, this team was dead completely. Still, that is just proving how useless the Churchill is if the Tempest is outshining it. Yeah. Combine that with a German team that actually seems to know what they're doing. plus the Japanese players that know what they're doing. Yeah. Do not ever play this thing. Seriously, it will save you a lot of stress. I don't know why I spaded it back in that day, but when this thing first came out, but, well, that's past Joe to explain, not present Joe. As for the Vickers P, though, this thing is very fun, as you can see. It can outrun pretty much anything that you're going to meet at 3.7. Obviously, it's not going to, leave everything in the dust, like when it comes to jets and stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, we got some work with the 47s at least, so that's something, but it is still only firing AP, so you have to aim your shots carefully. But we even managed to score an air kill. Back in the day, this thing would not get air kills because you'd either have to hit them in the engine, or you just have to hope you hit the pilot. The buff to the guns has definitely helped it. I did feel a massive difference compared to when I last used this thing. And honestly, pretty impressed with it. But anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it for today. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the Churchill, even though it was only brief, and of course the Vickers P Tempest. And I'll see you next time.